Good morning, everybody. This is Jackie with Paper Cuts, and it's been a couple weeks since I've recorded a video. I've been doing outdoor things. I went one weekend. Here, hold on. Let me adjust my camera just a little bit. Okay, sorry about that. I went to a mile-long yard sale in Watertown a couple weekends ago. That was awesome. And then my daughter came to visit for 5 days. That was even better. We went to Nashville for a concert and did some other things. So I just kind of wanted to show you what I've been playing with a little bit, and then we'll get started. I had told you I wanted to get some of my unfinished albums done. So I think last you saw me, I was doing those little clusters and a snippet roll with laces and some trims and some buttons. So what I've been playing with is, I don't know about you, but I love those egg bites from Starbucks. Plug for Starbucks. And then my pharmacy from CVS bags. Well, they're long and skinny. They make great pockets. Double pockets, triple pockets, however you want to do them. So I had been playing with that a little bit to see how I wanted to do it. And here I did a triple pocket. So I just folded the bag over and covered the front. Here's pocket number 1. And then pocket number 2, I just put in an old vintage from 1932. It's it's like a receipt for a market. They're old receipts. I probably should show it to you. It's pretty cool. And I bought these from Sacred Mementos a while back. And it's just what they sold to Central Properties and the company, Fred W. Hempker and Company, from 1932. It's dated up in the corner here and then numbered. I thought that was pretty cool. And then I just made a tag for the third pocket. And then if you choose to glue this down onto your journal, you could make even a fourth pocket, which is pretty cool. So I got a card here and make a fourth pocket tag. So it could be a 3 or a 4 pocket. This is the inside of the bag. And then I just backed one of those receipts again from 1932 and put it onto, well, I glued it to itself actually. And then that goes in this back. I'll probably put what do you call them? A grommet and some ribbon in here. But I wanted to test them out and see how they worked. This is an Artie Mae's word from her nature kit. She had given us some freebies, and so I collaged a little lace on this, and it says, "Adopt the pace of nature. Her secret is patience." And that's definitely something I struggle with. So anyway, that's my plan on using up my little bags. So I played with that a little bit. And then I had some leftover pieces from the collaging of that. And I had this glassine bag. So I just had some strips left over, and I weaved them and glued them down on the front of this, and I'll embellish it and then just glue this onto a journal page. I had some of my, forgot what they're called, hold on. Sometimes things just don't pop into my memory like they should. Edith Holden pages. So I had some bits of Edith Holden pages, and this is the tag that I want to use, but I haven't cut it down yet for the pocket. But I'll be making a tag out of that and putting it in there. So that's what I've been doing and playing a lot. I was saying when my daughter was here, we went to a concert in Nashville. We went shopping in downtown Murfreesboro. Next weekend, Murfreesboro is having their jazz festival, so I want to try to get there for that. But getting back to what we are supposed to be doing instead of me chatting. This was supposed to be a 3-hole binder that I started with Maggie White and Lori Fusco. We bought some kits from, I can't remember where the kit came from, and it was her grandmother's old quilt, and we all got together one night on their channel, and we started putting it together. Well, I never finished it, long story short. And so when I did the clusters, I thought, oh, this cluster looks beautiful on there. I'm going to put that on that. And then I decided I didn't want to do the rings. So I put a spine on it. And then I took the lace that I had made a snippet roll with. I'm going to bring that out and show it to you. And put part of the snippet roll on the spine and then just glued it down to reinforce its stability. So it has some buttons on it. The buttons on the spine were all glued on. These were sewn on in the cluster. And then I had just backed the cardboard. So I haven't gotten very far. I need to cover the inside. This was a decoupage piece that I had done initially when I was going to do it a 3-ring, but now that it's got a spine on it. The spine is 1.5 inches, and so we're going to work on some of the pages, and then we'll get it all together. So the pages that came with the kit were, we got like 4 or 5 of them, I believe. Yeah. And she had gessoed the pages, sewed them together, and then sewed this fabric edging on. But I don't have a 3-hole punch that's sharp enough to go through the fabric and the paper. I tried a hand punch. I tried another punch. I have a 2-hole punch. I tried that. Nothing was working. So instead of terrorizing my pages and losing all of them, I decided that I was going to bind them together with fabric and then sew them into the spine like that. So these are some of the pages that I've got so far. So there's a book page. This was some variegated paper that I had. This is scrapbooking paper, but I haven't put the fabric on the edge yet. I thought that these two would go together. Another book page, a double book page from an old book. And then I sewed the fabric on the edge. And then here's one of that variegated paper. It looks like it has fibers in it, but it doesn't. I think it's just a regular scrapbook paper. And then this paper is from an old paper bag that's been texturized. This is another gesso page that I can either draw on or whatever. Regular scrapbook page. Another book page that I sewed the spine on. This is some tracing paper that I wanted to put in there. The rest of that scrapbooking paper. and then another book page. So I have to put these pages together so that I can sew them in to the spine. But what I wanted to do today was make a few more, because as you can see, that's only about a little over 1/4 of an inch, and the spine on the cover is 1.5 inches. So I need to add a few more pages. So we're going to work on that today. I'm going to set those aside. These were some of the embellishments that I had pulled from my embellishment stack to use in this book. So we will use those and this snippet roll. So I'm just going to set these aside as well and work on some more pages. I ordered a kitchen table from Wayfair this last week before my daughter got here, and it wasn't supposed to arrive until after my daughter got here, but long story short, it got here. And I unpacked it, put it all together one day, and in it, it had this thin variegated cardboard sheet, big ginormous sheet. It was probably 20 by 30. It was ginormous. So I cut it in half and then made some pages. So what I was thinking is that I use some of these in the book, maybe 2 or 3, and then we can decorate them up. When you fold it, it does crack a little bit, but I think with some fabric we can reinforce those. So what I want to do is cut 3 of them down to the size that I need, because I don't want them sticking out, and they're doggone close. So maybe just 1 inch off, and then we'll shorten them. So I'm going to do that first, using this as my guide. And I do like the jagged edges, so probably what we're going to do is just fold it here and then tear this off, because I don't like, you know, I do like straight cut pages, but I also like the jagged. And then some of this can be used as an embellishment and whatnot. I have some variegated cardboard over here that I want to play with a little bit on maybe 2 videos from now. So here we go. We're going to mark this and then get it cut down. I think I could use my, not my box cutter, what is it called? My rotary cutter. And it should work really well, but I'm not positive because I haven't used my rotary cutter in forever. I'm not even sure where my rotary cutter is, so I guess we're going to just have to use scissors, which is okay. I have some really great scissors to do that with. So first I'm going to cut off the ends, and then we'll do we'll do 3 of them, I guess. And because I tore a lot of them, some of them are going to be the right size and some are not going to be the right size. So we'll just cut them down accordingly. I hope everybody's doing well. I got right into it because I've tried 3 times this morning to get started and found something else to do. You know that how that is. But this is Jackie with Paper Cuts, and I am working on growing my channel, but I've got to get consistent in doing that. And so far, I haven't been. If you like any of my videos, please give it a thumbs up or leave a comment. That does help me grow my channel and keeps me active on YouTube. So I hope that, you know, you would make a comment of some sort, and if you're not a current subscriber, I would also appreciate it if you'd subscribe and click the bell. That way you can get notified when I upload a video. And that also will help me grow my channel. I would like to, in the next 3 years, get my channel up there in numbers, because eventually I'm gonna retire, and I would like to do this full time. It takes a while. I know, I think I've been on YouTube now for maybe 2 years. I don't know. And my subscribers haven't even hit 100 yet. So it takes a long time to get your channel out there and get people liking it and commenting and all of that good stuff. So now I have 3. I folded this one the opposite way. These 2 are with the variegation on the outside. This one is with the variegation on the inside. So if you stack those together, right there has already increased my volume to the book. Now, when you embellish them, of course, they're going to get fatter. So let's just see if we got, okay, this last page is a little off. So this one I want to even out. Okay, that one's good. And then this one, I'm going to have to even out also, because it's a little too wide. Alrighty. So then what I will do is, I have some old sheet fabric from a vintage sheet that I was testing my bobbin thread on my sewing machine, just to see if I could get the tension right on it. I probably really should take my sewing machine in and have it serviced, but haven't had time. You know, there's always so much to do when you have a day off, and you never seem to get all your checklists off. I have some projects I bought, when we went to the mile-long yard sale in Watertown. I bought a little side table that I'm going to refinish. And then I bought a kitchen sign and a few other little doodads, but I didn't see that much because the weather that weekend was not so great, which made it difficult for a lot of the vendors. But I had a really good time and enjoyed it. Okay, so this side is tattered. So I'm just going to cut it off like a little trim and save that, and then use the other as my binding. Now I could, those cardboards, because I folded them, I could sew them in just as they are, but I'm a little concerned that the cardboard is going to crack, and then I will not be able to sew it because it will break and come out of the book. So anyway, you get the gist of it. So here's my strip. I'm going to cut it again down here, and then if you don't have a sewing machine and you can't sew your pages, Fabri-Tac would work just fine. It does, and then you could use like a black marker and put your little stitch marks in. Sorry, I took it off camera for a second to get in there. But I like sewing. Some people, I think I'm going to have to get a sewing machine. I've been using the one my sister bought my mother when she was alive. And she used it for making quilts for each of us girls. And she made dolls one year. And but it's getting up there in age. And my concern is that it's not going to last, and it's starting to act up. So what I would do is just fold this over, and then I'll sew it down on each side. So I'm just going to cut the length off so I know how much I need. So there's one. And then we'll cut this other one. Should probably cut them straight, huh? Didn't do very well on that first one. And the cool part of using fabric to bind your pages together is it, over time, will unravel, and you'll get like this frayed edge kind of thing on it, which is, I think, really cool because it makes it look more vintage than it might be. So here's two, and I don't think I cut it long enough for number 3, but oh, I'm pretty doggone close. I think that's good enough. So there's 3. So since my machine isn't working so good, I am going to glue these, and then we'll probably just sew them a little bit to match the other pages. I'll get my Fabri-Tac out. So I'm really trying to be consistent, but as all of you know, that's when you work a full-time job, that's kind of hard to do because you're not always doing well, you don't always have the free time that you need on your weekends off. So there, I Fabri-Tac'd it. Eventually I will sew it, but I'm going to show you what I think I'm going to trim this down just a little bit. I think I got it too wide. But I'm going to show you with the black marker how you can make it look like sewing. So I'm just going to take it like a 1/4 inch off here and hopefully cut it straight. That is not my specialty. I'm not the best straight cutter, but not too bad. Well, this end is a little wider. So I know here in Murfreesboro some of the COVID issues are still going on. and I'm really tired of it. I mean, the bottom line is I don't think it's ever going to go away. Doesn't matter how many shots you get or anything else, because, you know, there's a lot of people that live in the United States and other countries, so it's not just the United States. But I'm moving on from it. I am not going to think about it anymore. I just hope that the economy recovers as quickly as it can. I know there's a lot of unhappy things going on in the world, but I'm trying to be positive and look at the good things. All right, so I can't find a black marker like I want. So I have this chalk pen. It's called a chalk writer. And you can use it on chalkboards. Oh, no, it's too fat. Sorry. Can't use that. Let's see if my white one... Oh, that's a distress crayon. What's this one? It's the same thing. It's chalk writer. And it's a fat one. I thought they had two ends on them, but I guess not. Okay, so I'm going to put you on hold for a second, go get a black marker, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I found a Sharpie, but it's a fat one, so it may bleed in the fabric, but we'll see. So basically, I'm just going to draw like little stitch lines, and then I'm going to do like a zigzag. So sometimes that is a great alternative to not having a sewing machine. And it's just as cute, I think. You can use different colored markers to do your stitches. And, you know, I will do that on both sides of the page. I hope you can see. I've got it zoomed out, so let's zoom in a little. Okay, so can you see? There you go. So that, you know, is an alternative way of putting stitch marks, and you can do that on a tag. You can do that on fabric. You can do it on your pockets. Anything you want to make it look like you sewed it. And there you go. So I'm going to continue to do my other two pages, both front and back. And then next weekend, we will come back together and I will have all the pages binded, and then we'll start decorating the pages, and then we'll sew our signature in. I hope that was helpful for you and kind of gives you an idea of alternatives to binding pages and doing things. And hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please, again, give me a thumbs up. I try to make my videos no more than a half an hour long because I know we're all busy, but I love crafting with you all, and I appreciate you joining my channel. You have a blessed day, and God be with you. Bye-bye.